In the days when Israel had no king, Gilead was pressed by war, and a man named Jephthah stood at the edge of destiny. He had not been born into honor. His brothers had driven him away, treating him as an outsider, a son with no place at the family table. But when danger came, the elders who once rejected him came looking for him. They needed a fighter. They needed a leader. They needed Jephthah. So Jephthah returned to Gilead, not as a forgotten son, but as commander. Before battle, he sent words to the Ammonites, reminding them of Israel's history and explaining that the land had not been stolen from them. But the king of Ammon would not listen. Then the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah, and he moved toward war. But before the battle, Jephthah opened his mouth and made a vow. "If you give the Ammonites into my hand," he promised, "whatever comes out from the doors of my house to meet me when I return in peace shall be the Lord's, and I will offer it up." It was a vow spoken in fear, a vow made before victory, a vow that sounded like devotion but carried a terrible weight. Jephthah went out, and the battle was won. The Ammonites fell before him. Israel was delivered. He returned home as a conqueror, carrying the relief of a nation on his shoulders. Then the door of his house opened. Out came his daughter. She was his only child. No son, no other daughter, just her. She came, dancing with tambourines, celebrating her father's triumph, unaware that every step toward him was turning victory into grief. When Jephthah saw her, he tore his clothes and cried out. The vow he had made now stood before him with a face, a voice, and a name he loved. His daughter understood. She did not curse him. She did not run. She asked for 2 months in the mountains with her companions to mourn the life she would never live. Not her childhood, not her father's house. She mourned her future. No marriage, no children, no years beyond that moment. And Jephthah let her go. When the 2 months ended, she returned. And the story says he did to her according to his vow. Judges 11 leaves silence where we want answers. It does not soften the tragedy. It forces us to see a man who won a battle, yet lost what was most precious. Jephthah's story is remembered not only for victory, but for warning. Words spoken rashly can wound the innocent, and devotion without wisdom can become destruction. In Gilead, the songs of triumph faded, and a father's vow became his deepest sorrow.